My beloved child, listen closely, because this is not a random connection and not a coincidence shaped by chance. Archangel Michael says, when God aligned your path with this person, heaven paused to watch. There was a reason written long before you ever crossed paths, a reason hidden beneath silence, timing, and unanswered prayers. You were not brought together for comfort alone, but for awakening. Something within you was incomplete, not broken, just waiting. And this person carries a key that only reveals itself when the soul is ready. What looks ordinary on the surface holds a divine weight that few ever understand. Now hear this with clarity, because Archangel Michael says this truth was guarded carefully. God matched you with this person because your heart had learned endurance, but not softness. You had strength, but your tears were unseen. This person was sent not to fix you, but to remind you of who you were before life hardened you. Their presence activates memories you never lived but somehow recognize. Every delay, every misunderstanding, every silence between you is shaping something sacred, something that cannot be rushed without losing its meaning. Pay attention to this moment, because Archangel Michael says something deeper is unfolding. This person mirrors parts of you that even you avoided facing. That is why their words stay with you, why their absence feels louder than others' presence. God did this intentionally. Through them, you are learning patience without punishment and love without fear. What melts the heart is not romance, but recognition. Your souls speak a language older than time, and heaven listens every time you think of them. Understand this gently, because Archangel Michael says the purpose goes beyond emotions. God matched you with this person to protect you from settling for less than your calling. Through them, you are being aligned, redirected, and refined. Even the confusion has meaning. Even the waiting has purpose. This connection is shaping your future decisions, your standards, your faith. One day, you will look back and realize that meeting them changed the direction of your life in ways you could not see then. Hold this truth close, because Archangel Michael says the final reason is the most powerful. God matched you with this person to show you that love does not arrive loudly, but truth stays forever. Whether they stay by your side or teach you from a distance, their role is eternal in your story. This connection was designed to soften you, strengthen you, and awaken a love that begins within. And when this realization reaches your heart, it will melt in a way that feels like home. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says what you are feeling now is not confusion, it is recognition awakening slowly. God did not rush this connection because your heart needed preparation. Every moment before this person arrived was shaping your capacity to receive something pure. That is why even small interactions feel intense, why simple words carry weight. Heaven is gentle, never forcing, only revealing when the soul is ready to understand what it has been given. Listen carefully, because Archangel Michael says this person was matched with you to unlock a version of you that was hidden under survival. You learned how to endure, how to stand alone, how to keep going even when no one noticed. But God never intended you to live without warmth. Through this person, you are learning how it feels to be seen without explaining, understood without defending, valued without proving your worth. Take this truth into your heart, for Archangel Michael says timing is the silent miracle here. You were not ready before, and neither were they. God aligned your growth paths first, then aligned your meeting. That is why nothing feels forced, yet nothing feels casual. Even distance serves a purpose. Even pauses are part of the design. What melts the heart is realizing that nothing was wasted, not even the waiting. Be still with this message, because Archangel Michael says this connection is teaching you trust at a soul level. Not trust in a person alone, but trust in God's plan for your life. You are learning that what is meant for you will not confuse your spirit forever. It may challenge you, stretch you, and test your patience, but it will never leave you empty without reason. Finally, receive this with peace, for Archangel Michael says God matched you with this person to remind you that love can be sacred, calm, and transformative at the same time. This is not about possession or loss, but about awakening. Your heart is softening because it is safe to do so now. And when you fully understand why this person crossed your path, you will realize that heaven never makes mistakes. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says there is a gentle truth unfolding inside you right now. God matched you with this person to awaken faith where doubt once lived. You had begun to believe that deep connections come with pain or loss, but this bond is rewriting that belief slowly. Each thought of them softened something guarded within you. This is not accidental. Heaven is teaching your heart how to remain open without fear. Understand this clearly, because Archangel Michael says this person was sent to reflect your worth back to you. Not through loud promises, but through subtle moments that linger in your mind. God knew you needed confirmation, not flattery. Through this connection, you are learning that your presence matters, your silence carries value, and your love has weight. What melts your heart is realizing that you were never asking for too much, only from the wrong places before. Stay present with this message, for Archangel Michael says growth is happening even when nothing seems to move. God often works in stillness. This connection is stretching your patience while strengthening your spirit. You are being taught discernment, emotional clarity, and inner balance. Even uncertainty is refining you. This is preparation for something lasting, something aligned, something that will not shake your peace. Feel this deeply now, because Archangel Michael says God matched you with this person to remind you that love can feel safe and powerful at the same time. Not dramatic, not draining, not consuming. This connection is revealing a new definition of love, one that supports your purpose instead of distracting you from it. That realization alone is changing how you see your future. Hold on to this final truth, for Archangel Michael says when the heart understands divine timing, it stops rushing outcomes. Whether this person walks beside you or shapes you from afar, their role is already fulfilled in heaven's eyes. God matched you with them to awaken your soul, soften your heart, and realign your path. And that realization, my beloved child, is why this connection melts you from within. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says what God is doing now is sealing understanding into your spirit. This connection was never meant to rush into form before meaning settled in your heart. You are learning depth before destination. God wanted you to feel the truth of this bond before naming it, so your heart would never doubt why it mattered. That quiet certainty growing inside you is heaven's confirmation. My beloved child, receive this gently, because Archangel Michael says this person was matched with you to heal a part of you that words could never reach. Conversations with them touch places silence once lived. God knew you needed emotional safety more than grand gestures. Through this connection, your heart is relearning how to rest, how to breathe, how to trust without fear of losing itself. My beloved child, pay attention now, for Archangel Michael says this bond is shifting how you see love itself. God matched you with this person to break old patterns that no longer served you. What once felt familiar is losing its grip. What once felt impossible now feels natural. This is alignment happening quietly, reshaping your expectations and raising your standards without force. My beloved child, hold this truth close, because Archangel Michael says even the uncertainty has a purpose. God is teaching you surrender, not confusion. You are being guided to release control and trust divine timing. This connection is not meant to exhaust you, but to expand you. Every moment of reflection is building clarity you will soon recognize as wisdom. My beloved child, here is the final unfolding, for Archangel Michael says God matched you with this person to show you that love aligned with purpose feels peaceful, not chaotic. This connection is not here to distract you from your calling, but to walk alongside it. When your heart fully understands this, it will soften completely. And that is why, my beloved child, this divine reason melts your heart beyond words. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says there is a deeper layer you are only beginning to sense. God matched you with this person because your soul was ready to remember its own light. Long before they arrived, heaven saw how you carried hope quietly, even when life tested you. This connection is stirring emotions you thought were buried, not to overwhelm you, but to awaken gratitude for how far you have come. My beloved child, hear this with stillness, because Archangel Michael says this person was placed in your life to restore balance. God saw how much you gave without receiving, how often you stayed strong without support. Through this connection, you are learning that love does not have to cost your peace. Their presence teaches you that being valued can feel calm, steady, and deeply reassuring. My beloved child, remain attentive, for Archangel Michael says every shared moment has meaning beyond the surface. God is using this connection to realign your priorities and sharpen your intuition. You are becoming more aware of what truly matters, more selective with your energy, more honest with your heart. This is not change by force, but transformation through understanding. My beloved child, accept this truth now, because Archangel Michael says God matched you with this person to remind you that you are worthy of a love that meets you where you are. Not after you become more, not when you prove yourself, but now. This realization is dissolving old fears and replacing them with quiet confidence that settles deep within your spirit. My beloved child, carry this message forward, for Archangel Michael says when divine purpose touches the heart, it leaves peace behind. This connection is a reminder from heaven that you are guided, seen, and protected. As this truth settles fully within you, your heart will soften even more. And that is how you will know, beyond doubt, why God matched you with this person. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says there is still more being revealed to you quietly. God matched you with this person because your soul needed confirmation that it was never forgotten. When life felt heavy and answers felt delayed, heaven was preparing a connection that would speak without effort. This person entered your awareness not to create noise, but to bring clarity. That calm recognition you feel is your spirit remembering divine intention. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says this person was sent to teach you emotional truth, not illusion. God knew you had experienced promises without consistency before. Through this connection, you are learning what alignment feels like. Even in silence, there is meaning. Even in distance, there is connection. This is not about constant presence, but about lasting impact that settles deep within your heart. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says the reason this bond feels different is because it is shaping your inner world. God is using this connection to strengthen your self-worth and refine your discernment. You are no longer drawn to chaos or uncertainty. Your heart is learning peace as a standard, not a reward. This shift is subtle, but it is powerful. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says do not overlook how this connection has changed your prayers. You ask differently now. You hope differently now. God matched you with this person to elevate your faith and remind you that what is meant for you will align with your spirit, not drain it. This understanding is preparing you for what comes next. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says the final warmth you feel is heaven's reassurance. God matched you with this person to soften you without weakening you. To open your heart without breaking it. To remind you that divine love arrives with purpose, not confusion. As this truth settles completely within you, your heart melts not from emotion alone, but from peace that feels eternal. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says what you are experiencing now is a quiet confirmation placed gently upon your heart. God matched you with this person to restore trust in what is unseen. You had learned to rely only on what you could control, but this connection is teaching you faith again. Not blind faith, but calm assurance that something meaningful can exist without constant proof. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says this person entered your life to awaken emotional honesty within you. God knew you had mastered silence, learned to hide what you truly felt. Through this connection, your heart is being invited to speak again, even if only to itself. Feelings surface not to disturb you, but to free you. This is healing taking place in a form you never expected. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says the reason this bond lingers in your thoughts is because it carries purpose. God does not allow energy to stay where it has no meaning. This person's presence, whether near or distant, is reshaping how you understand connection. You are realizing that depth matters more than intensity, and sincerity matters more than speed. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says this connection is also strengthening your discernment. God matched you with this person so you would no longer confuse attachment with alignment. Your heart is learning clarity. What once felt acceptable no longer satisfies you. This is not loss, but elevation. Your spirit is choosing peace with intention. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says this is why your heart feels softer, yet stronger at the same time. God matched you with this person to remind you that divine connections do not overwhelm, they steady you. As this understanding settles completely within you, the reason becomes clear. This was never just about another person. It was about awakening the truest version of you. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says the unfolding continues because your heart is ready to hold deeper truth. God matched you with this person to remind you that love guided by heaven never rushes, yet it never leaves you unchanged. Every thought of them gently reshapes your inner world. This is not attachment, this is alignment slowly settling into place. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says this person was placed on your path to awaken emotional courage. God saw how often you protected your heart by staying quiet. Through this connection, you are learning that vulnerability does not weaken you, it clarifies you. Feelings rise not to overwhelm, but to teach you what honesty truly feels like when it is safe. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says there is meaning even in what remains unspoken. God matched you with this person so you could learn that connection is not measured by constant exchange, but by resonance. Even when nothing is said, something is understood. That silent understanding is rare, and heaven does not create it without purpose. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says this bond is refining your vision. God is showing you what aligned love feels like so you never settle for less again. Your standards are rising quietly. Your heart is learning to recognize peace instantly and walk away from what disturbs it. This is growth unfolding without force. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says the reason this truth melts your heart is because it carries divine reassurance. God matched you with this person to remind you that you are never late, never forgotten, never misplaced. Everything arrived exactly when your soul was prepared to receive it. And in that realization, your heart softens into peace. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says your heart is being taught a sacred lesson through stillness. God matched you with this person to show you that not every divine gift arrives loudly. Some arrive gently, almost quietly, so they can reach places noise never could. This connection entered your life to settle you, not shake you, to remind you that peace itself can be a sign of heaven's hand. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says this person reflects a version of you that was always there but rarely acknowledged. God wanted you to see your own tenderness, your depth, your capacity to love without losing yourself. Through this bond, you are learning self-recognition. What moves you is not just who they are, but who you become in their presence. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says God allowed this connection to unfold slowly so your heart could mature into understanding. Quick connections excite the mind, but divine ones reshape the soul. Every pause is intentional. Every unanswered moment carries meaning. You are being trained to trust the process rather than chase outcomes. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says this bond is also correcting your past wounds. God matched you with this person to heal old expectations that love must hurt to be real. You are discovering that true connection feels steady, grounding, and respectful of your spirit. This realization is dissolving patterns that no longer belong in your future. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says this is why your heart feels warm instead of restless. God matched you with this person to remind you that divine alignment feels like home, not chaos. As this truth anchors itself within you, the reason becomes undeniable. This connection was never random. It was heaven guiding your heart toward peace. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says your spirit is now strong enough to recognize divine gentleness. God matched you with this person to slow your heart down, not to confuse it. You were moving through life carrying strength, but rarely allowing softness. This connection arrived as a quiet permission to feel without fear, to rest without guilt, and to believe that calm can also be powerful. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says this person was aligned with you to awaken emotional maturity. God knew your heart was evolving beyond surface connections. Through this bond, you are learning that depth does not demand intensity. True alignment does not exhaust you, it steadies you. What you feel is not pressure, but peace settling into your awareness. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says heaven is teaching you discernment through this experience. God matched you with this person so you would clearly sense the difference between desire and destiny. Your heart is becoming quieter, yet more certain. You no longer chase clarity, because clarity is forming within you naturally. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says this connection is reshaping how you listen to your intuition. God is guiding you to trust what feels calm, respectful, and sincere. Even when nothing is defined yet, your spirit recognizes alignment. This awareness is preparing you for decisions that will shape your future with wisdom instead of fear. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says the reason this truth melts your heart is because it brings relief. God matched you with this person to remind you that love aligned with purpose feels safe, not heavy. As this realization deepens, your heart opens not from longing, but from peace that finally feels familiar. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says your heart is now learning to trust softness without suspicion. God matched you with this person to show you that not every meaningful connection comes with struggle. You were conditioned to believe love must be proven through pain, but this bond is teaching you otherwise. What feels gentle is not weak, it is divine reassurance reaching you at the right time. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says this person was aligned with you to awaken emotional clarity. God knew your heart had carried unanswered questions for too long. Through this connection, confusion is slowly dissolving. You are beginning to sense what belongs in your life and what no longer fits. This awareness is not loud, but it is firm, and it is changing how you choose. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says this connection is guiding you back to yourself. God matched you with this person so you could remember your own worth without external validation. You are feeling more centered, more aware of your boundaries, more honest with your needs. This is not coincidence, this is alignment working quietly within you. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says even the simplicity of this bond holds divine purpose. God often works through what feels natural and unforced. There is no pressure to perform, no urgency to impress. This connection is allowing your heart to exist as it is, and that freedom is healing parts of you that words never reached. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says this is why your heart feels lighter now. God matched you with this person to remind you that love rooted in truth brings peace before it brings answers. As this understanding settles deeper within you, the reason becomes undeniable. Heaven aligned this connection to lead your heart gently back to wholeness. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says your heart is being guided into a season of calm understanding. God matched you with this person because your soul had already done the hard work of healing. This connection did not arrive to fix you, but to meet you where you finally became whole. What you feel now is not urgency, it is recognition, a quiet knowing that something meaningful has entered your path. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says this person was divinely placed to remind you that love does not need to announce itself to be real. God knew you had grown tired of noise and promises. Through this bond, you are learning that sincerity feels steady, not overwhelming. Even in simplicity, there is depth. Even in stillness, there is connection. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says this experience is sharpening your inner wisdom. God matched you with this person so your intuition could speak louder than fear. You are noticing how your choices feel more aligned, how your heart reacts with calm instead of doubt. This is not coincidence. This is discernment being strengthened through divine design. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says this connection is also teaching you presence. God is drawing you out of the past and away from future anxiety. With this person, moments feel grounded. You are learning to appreciate what is real instead of chasing what is imagined. This awareness is restoring balance within your spirit. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says the reason this realization melts your heart is because it carries peace. God matched you with this person to show you that alignment feels like clarity, not confusion. As this truth settles completely within you, your heart softens naturally. And in that softness, you find reassurance that heaven is guiding every step.